Hey guys, LevelCap here, and welcome to another episode of This Week in Gaming. Battlefield 1's May patch is now live. Highlights include nerfs to the bayonet charge, a few improvements to the operations matchmaking, as well as some improvements to the less popular planes and netcode. If you want the full details, I put out a video going over pretty much everything. I'll put a link for that in the video description. Currently, Battlefield 1 is running an event called Play to Give. All players will receive double XP this weekend and will have the ability to complete the Play to Give mission to unlock a new skin for the M1911 called Package from Home. You can unlock the skin by getting 10 revives or resupplies, kill assists, or savior kills. Players that log in during the event will also get a free battle pack and dog tag. Ubisoft have published the first details regarding Rainbow Six Siege's Operation Health HITBOX Refractor. Currently, every part of various operators are included in their hitbox, so things like IQ's headset can be shot, dealing headshot level damage. The new hitbox system will only include actual body parts for all operators. Once the new system's been implemented, cosmetic things like IQ's headset will be given a separate hitbox that indicates when you're shooting it versus doing actual damage. So if you shoot something that's attached to a character model but isn't part of their actual body, you'll see sparks or a bit of cloth fly off where the hit landed. Your shot won't do any damage, but you should have an indicator of why. Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be featured heavily during EA's E3 event this year. A 40-player live match will be broadcast from the event, showing off a new level from one of the prequels called Assault on Theed. Gameplay footage presumed to be part of Battlefront 2's E3 presentation was recently leaked. It shows Emperor Palpatine and some multiplayer footage, including what looks like a player-controlled drone. There's also some gameplay that's probably from the campaign. From what I've heard, DICE put a lot of effort into reworking the gunplay of Battlefront 2. The leaked gameplay really doesn't show much of it, so it's hard to judge what has actually changed. Regardless though, I'm sure the E3 event will showcase plenty of new things. Overwatch is getting a new map set in a moon base. Horizon Lunar Colony is currently available to PC players on the PTR. As you'd expect, the visual quality of the map is absolutely top-notch. Blizzard was considering making larger portions of the map low-gravity areas, but decided on limiting it to a single flanking route. A new patch is also available on the PTR for testing that includes a big change to Reaper's passive healing ability. Instead of having to collect heal orbs from downed enemies, Reaper now turns 20% of all damage dealt into health points. Reaction to the change has been somewhat mixed. Reaper was already a very strong hero in the hands of a skilled player. This buff certainly makes him more accessible to new players, but it might also make him incredibly hard to counter. The upcoming Middle-earth Shadow of War has been delayed. Originally planned for release this August, the Lord of the Rings themed brawler is now scheduled to release on October 10th. Warner Bros. Has chosen to delay the game mainly due to polish issues. They want to make sure the game is complete and functioning well on release date. I'm certainly looking forward to this sequel, and I would hate to see a buggy title ruin sales, so hopefully this extra time really allows them to put out a great product. Now when it comes to performance issues, Prey on PlayStation 4 is suffering from some new ones thanks to its most recent patch. It enabled PS4 Pro support, letting the game run at higher graphical settings, but it also introduced some of the worst stuttering Digital Foundry has ever seen in a game, even on the base PlayStation 4 version. The devs are aware of the issue according to a post from the game's forums. It's just surprising that the patch made it through to players given how obvious the issue has been. Fortunately, it's isolated to the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. Xbox One and PC players haven't reported any major issues since the most recent patch. The free-to-play tactical FPS called ARGO from Arma's development team has finally set a release date. Players can download the game via Steam starting on June 22nd. ARGO takes the combat and gameplay mechanics from Arma 3 and boils them down to a slightly more bare-bones and PvP-focused experience. On launch, it will feature at least 3 PvP game modes called Clash, Raid, and Link. There will also be a co-op mode called Combat Patrol. Up to 10 players can play together in an open world populated with hostile AI and randomized objectives. A lightweight version of the scenario editor will be available to ARGO players looking to make their own game modes and content. The game won't feature any microtransactions, but players will have the option of paying $10 to unlock the ARGO Supporters Pack. It includes 14 play-of-the-game animations, 22 cosmetic items, access to exclusive servers, and more. Everything in the pack is exclusive to people who buy it. That said, ARGO will feature a progression system for all players with experience, unlocks, and gear customization options. Last week, we reported on a rumor that the Hitman franchise might continue without Square Enix's involvement. They recently dropped the developer behind the hit series, IO Interactive, after the most recent entry to the genre failed to generate profit. The developers recently announced a new content drop for Hitman that features 12 contract missions, an elusive target, as well as a game update later this month. I'm very curious to see what happens with the Hitman IP because it is a fairly large IP. Regardless of failing to generate profit, it's already made several movies and many installments of the game throughout the years. So I'd be interested to see if another AAA developer decides to pick it up. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds' latest weekly patch is now live. It improves vehicle-related performance for both the client and server side of the game and addresses a number of bugs. Unfortunately, though, it seems like the previous monthly patch introduced a variety of new issues that this weekly patch has not fixed. Players are reporting severe server lag, stuttering, and the game freezing at random. The devs pushed out a patch Friday that fixes some of the freezes, but players are still reporting them. Bluehole are currently testing their server code to see what improvements they need to make. The next monthly update should make some progress towards reducing lag and boosting FPS. Future big updates for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds may include 2D and 3D replay systems for advanced spectating and match replays. The team is also looking into doing a co-op campaign and proper mod support. The lead animator for PUBG recently tweeted out work-in-progress videos of vaulting animations that should make their way to the game sooner rather than later. Rising Storm 2 Vietnam has released and is now available on PC. It's probably the most authentic feeling Vietnam shooter I've ever played. I took a look at the game during its open beta and really enjoyed it overall. I'll leave a link to that video in the description if you're interested. And if you like hardcore shooters, it's definitely something worth checking out, especially at the asking price. The Kickstarter-funded RPG called Kingdom Come Deliverance has had a new teaser trailer released showcasing some of the game's gorgeous visuals. Backers that donated enough were given beta access to the game a few months ago, and one of the major issues reported was suboptimal performance. Since then, the devs have been relatively quiet about the progress of this game, but the teaser trailer promises a full reveal coming on the 9th. Titanfall 2's latest free DLC has launched, adding the new Monarch Titan, a remake of the Titanfall 1 map Relic, a new execution, and more. Titanfall 2 replaced auto-regen health with batteries that you have to scavenge from other Titans to refill your own Titan's hit points. However, Monarch has a shield drain ability that regens your shields every time you land a hit with it, which means you're less likely to take damage. This makes Monarch feel very different from the other Titan classes. With any other Titan, as soon as you start taking damage, it feels like you need to drop a shield and run. With Monarch, you can be more aggressive and stay in the fight even against multiple Titans. It's definitely not a tanky Titan though. The regen is just enough to negate a few more shots before you start taking damage, but it's just enough to make a bit of a difference. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered may actually finally be available as a standalone game. Online retailers accidentally listed the game with a release date of June 20th. The listings were quickly taken down. Pricing seems to be around the regular $50 to $60 mark. According to the listings, PlayStation 4 players will get the game 30 days before Xbox One owners. A PC release is likely, but I haven't seen anything that directly implied one. Now, as for news regarding Level Cap Gaming, some of the video schedules have been changed a little bit. We usually post at 5 a.m., but that's been shifted back a bit, and I think the standard posting time will now be 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're expecting videos in the morning, expect them a little bit later in the day. Also, I've been streaming 3 days a week. My stream schedule is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 12 p.m. noon to 4 p.m. and that's Pacific time as well. Come drop by the Twitch channel to check me out. The Twitch channel link is in the video description or on the landing page for my YouTube channel. As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.